in their days. They did not even know what the word sunnah meant. They knew what following him meant. Not, صحيح sunnah. صحيح sunnah you get. Is it sunnah? Or worship? Sunnah? Ah, it's alright then. Astaghfirullah, is it deen now sunnah or not sunnah? Following him not sunnah or not sunnah? And they still have not even understood the word sunnah, and they use the word sunnah as confirmation against what they do. They never asked, wallahi, why a command was ever revealed, or how it was revealed, and should we or should we not do it? It was revealed. سَمِعْنَا وَأَطَعْنَا غُفْرَانَكَ رَبَّنَا وَإِلَيْكَ الْمَصِيرُ. We hear, we obey, Allahu Akbar, we submitted. Oh Allah, forgive us for our past, and to you is our return. Full submission. No, it's only sunnah. It's alright, it's only sunnah. Get the cigarettes out, shave beard, listen to music. Oh, it's only sunnah. Sunnah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. People like that to be slaughtered seriously in Islam. If there was an Islamic state here, Allah inna, there would be no jails big enough for them. No jail, seriously. You probably need the whole of Australia to jail them all. And you still have no, you still need more room. Just throw them in the sea probably. It's a sunnah. In Islam, we've got to understand that following him is extremely important. SubhanAllah, there's two examples of how they loved him so much, and we'll leave it at that inshallah. One of them had a gold ring one day, one of the companions, radiallahu anhu. And Muhammad sallam noticed this gold ring on him. So he grabbed the gold ring and threw it away, saying to this companion, wearing this is like wearing a burning charcoal from hellfire. After a little while, his companions of this person who had his ring thrown said, why don't you pick the ring up and use it for a legitimate purpose, of good cause, a lawful cause. He goes, wallahi, never. I would never pick up something when Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam threw it. Never ever. Another companion by the name of Jarir ibn Abdullah, he sent his servant, and this should be an example for all those traders, the merchants, whoever sells, whether it's cars, whether it's boats, whether it's computers, no matter what it may be. Listen to this carefully. And those likewise who are buying the merchandise, not only the other ones, who are buying this. Jarir ibn Abdullah sent his servant to buy him a horse. Can you ride a horse tonight? Allahu Akbar. You ride the stallions, don't you? Khazalan. Tabarakallah. So he sent him to buy a horse for him. So the servant found a horse that he liked for his master Jarir. He bargained with the merchant. He got it down to 300 dirham. In those days it was dirham. He asked the merchant, can you please come home with me to pay you the money, because the money is with my master Jarir. He goes, not a problem. He took the horse and the seller came with him to get paid. Jarir ibn Abdullah, upon seeing the horse and then his servant telling him of how much the horse was bought, Jarir looked at it and looked at the servant. He realized that the seller has undervalued the horse. So he started an unusual bargaining. Not negotiation in the sense of going down. But Jarir was saying, I'll give you 400 for that horse. Now the seller has already agreed for 300. This is a very unusual sort of style. Any seller would say, bring it on. Allahu Akbar. Especially nowadays, you go to the Lebo stores and all that. Allah musta'an. So the seller said, yes. Allahu Akbar, I agree. Then Jarir said, 500. Do you agree? What's going on here? Because I agree. Then this unusual bargaining kept going up and up until he bought the horse for 800 dirham. From 300 to 800 dirham. With this unusual bargaining. And obviously the seller was, Allahu Akbar, extremely happy. This is what Islam teaches us. Now when he was asked why he did this, he goes, the seller, the merchant, did not realize the value of this horse. And I simply gave him what it was worth, nothing else. In other words, in our day-to-day term, I did not want to rip him off. I gave him what he was worth. It was only fair. For indeed, he said, I gave a pledge and I promised Muhammad sallam that I will always remain sincere and a well-wisher for every Muslim. Allahu Akbar. A well-wisher. Sincere and a well-wisher for every Muslim. Never ever backstab, hurt, harm, oppress your brother or sister, beloved. Remember this narration and put it in your heart. And if we are all like this, imagine how the world will be. If we all did this to each other. Today you can buy a car, for example. Wallahi, it's excellent. La ajba min dhalik. I've just done the motor. I put new shock absorbers. I put a new radiator. It's got 12 months rego. It's got this, it's got that. But to the dhab. It's like gold, he says to you. Poor person takes it home and it collapses. Collapses. Without mentioning, and don't be a racial here. You know, alhamdulillah, Islam doesn't teach us that. Ya doctor. Anyway, I agree with you. However, the situation is, as we mentioned, that there is no trust, because one of the minor signs of the hour is what? The loss of trustworthiness and the harm and hatred to others. I'll leave it at that, inshallah, and continue our topic next week. But next week, inshallah, will be the last talk. And since it's our last talk, and Ramadan will take probably a whole year to finish, if you want to sort of give it its just cause, what we'll do next week, inshallah, is have an open forum. But we will be probably mentioning some issues about Ramadan, basic issues, and then we can sort of have, at the same time, a discussion. Anything that you have a problem with Ramadan, please write it down, please investigate and ask about it next week, and it'll be solely about Ramadan and nothing else.